I yield to Mr. Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Galvin. Welcome to our committee and to your staff. We welcome you here. I think it goes without saying, we'll all miss Dr. Hall. He certainly had a great deal of candor. He was the epitome of impartiality and nonpartisanship in his office. I tried several times to bait him, but I was never successful, and certainly look forward to your service here. Our numbers, the job numbers today, good news. I almost feel like I'm in a Charles Dickens novel. It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. The American economy is just hard to keep down. No matter what the Congress does to it, no matter what an administration does to it, the American economy has a unique and remarkable ability to recover. I know this, having seen what happened to the economy, and well, I was in the private sector during the savings and loan crash in Texas in the late 1980s. Certainly no government action seemed to be responsible for the recovery that eventually occurred there, but it was a fairly strong recovery and lasted for the next 20, 25 years, and a period of unparalleled prosperity in our state. Our state continues to enjoy significant prosperity. People move to Texas because of the lower regulation environment, the low litigation environment, the lack of state income tax, right to work state. And as a consequence, Texas has added four new congressional districts, essentially a population the size of Arkansas, which has moved to Texas in the last 10 years. So it goes without saying that it is possible for the American public to do the right thing as far as job creation is concerned. It's not always possible that the government does the right thing. And in fact, I just think I would argue, I align myself obviously closer with Mr. Brady's comments than Chairman Maloney's comments. But it's the private sector, it's the real economy, it's the real folks out there who decide that they're going to create something of their own and make it their own. That's what drives our economy. I really don't have a lot of faith in the administration's ability. I think the things that have done, and watching through this committee, Joint Economic Committee, for the last 3 years, hearing various people from the administration come in and testify, I cannot tell you the number of times that we were told by Christina Romer that the green shoots were sprouting and the economy was recovering, only to find that those were weeds proliferating in the parking lot because no one was showing up for work because there were no jobs. Now, as far as the administration is concerned, we have examples of where they have had the ability to make decisions and made the wrong decisions. Chairman Brady referenced the Keystone Pipeline. Thousands of new jobs. No government spending required at all, just simply an international boundary that was crossed, and therefore the president's office was involved, and he made the wrong decision. The president's out, even as we speak, barnstorming around the country, talking about how he's creating jobs, and here was something at his fingertips that would have created thousands of jobs, no government spending involved, put people back to work, given them jobs where they could have restored some self-dignity and some self-worth, and he turned his back on it. We've got other examples. The maximum achievable control technology that is now affecting the rules, the Boiler MAC rules, Utility MAC rules, cross-state air pollution rules, where Texas was included at the last minute with a group of northeastern states that there was no inclination prior to the issuance of the rule that the EPA was even considering Texas. And now we may be faced with having to close coal-fired power plants and rolling brownouts or blackouts during our hot summer months. The war on natural gas, which continues. And, let's face it, domestic energy production is going to be part of this economic recovery, whether this administration likes it or not. And it's high time that they stopped interfering with that. The Affordable Care Act, I could go on and on about just that and the chilling effect, and I hear it every week when I go home. Employer after employer says, I don't know what's ahead. I don't know what you're going to do to me next. What's the court going to do? What's the election going to do? People are so uncertain about what they're going to have to be providing in terms of employee benefits that they're genuinely frightened to add that employee. Now, the president goes around the country talking about his job proposals, but they all involve more government. Let's let the private sector do what it does best. We're America. We have a history of doing this over and over again. We need to decrease government regulations, taxes, and let our economy grow. I have the utmost faith in the American people. I think when they're left to their own devices, they can create jobs. I think whatever Congress does is an impediment, and I know whatever the administration does is certainly counterproductive. Let's have faith in the American people. Let them continue to grow. I look forward to your testimony today, and I'm certain we'll learn a great deal. I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you very much. As I turn to Ms. Sanchez, I want to